My name is Olivia Widmeyer. I'm a junior. I'm a biology major at Ashland University. I am working with Professor Tawes right now. We're working in the Black Fork wetlands. What we're doing is we are looking at a secretive wetland bird. We're looking specifically at the Sora and Virginia rails. These birds like to hide amongst the vegetation and they don't come out very much, and they're currently a species of concern here in Ohio. A species of concern means that there aren't very many of them, and so that's a problem. So we were looking to see whether we even had them here in our wetlands, and what we did was we took a presence absence survey, which is where we went out with a digital caller and basically we just called using their calls, and we listened to see if they called back or if we got any visual on them. And we did actually see one bird this summer, which was the Virginia rail. But we do know that we have both Virginia and Sora rails, which was exciting because, like I said, they are a species of concern, so we didn't even know whether we would find them, but we were happy that we did. I would say the thing that has affected these birds the most is an invasive species of reed canary grass. Reed canary grass originally isn't from here, meaning it is an invasive species, so it's not natural here. And so when it comes here, it goes ahead and it takes over all the natural vegetation and it kind of kills it off, so that's not good. And we have found currently with our research that wherever there are rails present, there is no reed canary grass. There's a more natural vegetation. So currently we're thinking that as this reed canary grass is here and it's spreading, that the rails are actually, instead of just being a species of concern and being low in number, they're actually potentially going to leave Ohio altogether as this spreads. So that's one of our big concerns right now. We want to see if that is true, and if it is true, then we want to see if there's anything we can do to maybe stop the spread of the reed canary grass, or at least inhibit it in some way so that this species of concern can go back up to their normal levels so we can still enjoy them here in Ohio. Now that we know that these rails are present here, Professor Tawes and I have been working on building a trap so that way we can go ahead and call for these birds. And so basically they'll go into this trap and then they'll drop into like a holding cell, and we'll come pick them up in the morning. When we get these birds, we're going to put a little band around them so that way we can identify that these are birds that we're working with, so we know whether they're staying here, whether they're moving, that sort of thing. And we're going to put a transmitter on them and use radio telemetry in order to track their movements. We want to do this because we want to test our hypothesis about the reed canary grass. We want to see if they are indeed in the wetland where the reed canary grass is, and we just don't know it because they are so secretive. So we think it's important to test this hypothesis and make sure that that is correct. There really isn't a lot of information currently on rails. So just getting this baseline information, getting our methods out so that other people can use them, and so that we can all kind of come together on this project and really get a good idea of what the reed canary grass is doing, not only for the rails, but other species, and how we can be more knowledgeable about rails overall. I think that people should become more aware of what an invasive species is, because we hear on the news all the time, like, oh, we have the invasive ladybugs. Those were actually brought in to counteract another problem that we were having. So we need to be more mindful of bringing in things that aren't natural to our habitat, because we're bringing them in and they're destroying what we have here naturally, and we only get one Earth, so we need to be mindful about what we do with it. That way we can maintain its natural habitat and its beauty for years to come.